and we have Jess, Megan, and Lou all available. We can kick things off with questions, and we will begin with Jacob.
Thank you, Ryan. Good evening to you three Rain Originals.
1 second, Jacob. Jacob, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go.
All right. Thanks again, Ryan. Jess, Megan, Lou, congratulations. A night to remember for so many reasons. Standalone attendance record of 10,746. Team wins the NWSL Shield for the third time. Finished first in the standings above Portland. Your overall thoughts, please.
Honestly speaking, you said it, Jacob.
Yeah, I think a lot needed to happen for this to come in our own hands today. And I'm not going to lie to you, after the first half in the Gotham game, I was like, no, there's no chance in hell. But thank you, Gotham. We appreciate that. And then it was just, as soon as it was in our hands, I'm not kidding you, I had no worries, because our team and our mentality and the players we have and the performance we put on tonight, I think was extremely professional. Absolutely killed the first half, and then just saw the game out, and I love these players. I love them so much. Oh, this club deserves this. So
Yeah, I was gonna say this year as well. We worked hard to get in this position, and we're in form right now. We're looking good. We're all healthy, and we want it. I think that's the biggest thing. We're so motivated this year.
And then Megan, for you, it was also a personal milestone for you, 100 NWSL regular season appearances.
You guys, I made it. I made it.
So yeah, just if you want to add any additional thoughts to what Jess and Lou had just said about tonight.
I mean, obviously an incredibly special night for all the three of us who've been at the club the whole time, pretty much the only three. There's just so much history that comes with this. We've obviously won the Shield before, but in a much different fashion. We had to really gut this out this year. Obviously this last road trip, I just think says everything that needs to be said about this group, finding different ways to win. I think we play a beautiful style, and we love the football that we play, but we can also just grind it out and get a few of the ugly wins. For everything to shape up, Portland dropping points on the road, obviously to Gotham. And just like Jess said, having everything in our hands is exactly how we want it. We wanted to come out and be able to play the game and be able to put our stamp on it and ultimately, get a goal that has been ours throughout the year. We have a little bit further to go. Definitely some unfinished business from our careers for sure, but just an incredibly special night. The fans were amazing. To be able to finally celebrate my 100th.
get my 100th.
I mean, it's hilarious. My longevity comes from lack of games during the season, I guess. So just a special night all around, obviously for us personally, but for the club and the fans and everybody involved in the club for so long. Obviously Bill and Teresa were out on the field as well. It just feels, something very special for all of us.
Much appreciated. Thank you, three of you. And again, congratulations to everybody at the club.
Thanks, Jacob. And then next we have Meg.
Hey there. Just in terms of Shield, there's now a $10,000 bonus attached to the Shield as well. Just your thoughts on that, because I think that there's also, there was a bonus for the championship, and then we had to get the bonus doubled for the Shield. So do you feel like the weight is appropriate for that Shield win?
After being robbed in the Challenge Cup of a chance at it.
Yeah. I think I've said this since 10 years when I set foot in this league. I have no idea why the Shield is not celebrated with far more kind of respect, because I'll tell you something, winning this league throughout the whole year, being at the top of the league is not fucking easy. Let me tell you, it is. I've won leagues everywhere. It's the hardest thing to do over here. And so for us to do it this year specifically, when there's lots going on, the game is growing, every game is hard. You saw the running, we saw the running, we played in the running, it was terrible. But for us to win this league this year, it's different. It's special. And we like, yeah, 10 grand's great. Thank you very much. But for us, like we wanted to win the league. We wanted to show everybody that we are OL Reign and we are a club that achieves and wants to be at the very top of everything year in, year out. And it has been a long time coming for us to be back where we are tonight. And so, yeah, obviously the extra money, the bonuses, that's great. It's coming. But for us, it's about putting this club back where it belongs and winning the league and being the best team in this league right now means you're one of the best teams in the world. Let me tell you that. And that's exactly where we deserve to be. So sorry, I just have to say that.
She's ranting.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
She's ranting. We're here
But
for
yeah,
it.
so it's about it. That's how I feel.
Cheers to
Meg.
that.
Just one more quick one. Obviously, no physical shield to celebrate with. You get your beers right now, but was there any thought of trying to figure out something else? You know, I was joking on Twitter, Laura Harvey's cooler is right there for you to lift.
Yeah.
But is it weird not having that kind of immediate thing?
They were hating and not having the shield here. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Did they have the shield anywhere?
Yeah.
Probably.
Apparently not. So
Probably at a Gotham.
I honestly
mean-
feel like everyone was voting against us for the shield. So to be honest, just winning today and winning the shield, I mean,
Yeah.
physically not here, but it was a lot of pride for us, I think. And that's how we've always operated here. And I think that's important to remember. But like Jess said, this league is really hard to stay. I mean, we've gone from 9th to
Yeah.
first, you know, like just sticking it in there and grinding it out. That's what this league's about. And our team has so much depth and so much heart. And we took every single person in this team to get to where we were today. And I mean, physical shield, we don't need that. Like we get to walk away with a lot of pride today.
The silver
Okay.
flag is in the mail.
Yeah.
Thanks, Meg. And then next, we're going to take Jeff Kassouf.
Congrats to all of you. I wanted to maybe build off what you said there, Jess, and just thinking back to those, 8-9 years ago of when you all won this. I mean, how are you kind of balancing the joy? Obviously, you'll celebrate tonight, but with, that mindfulness of that, maybe not call it bigger accomplishment ahead, but that elusive one that's still out there. How are you kind of balancing that as you look ahead here?
I mean, I think it's taking sort of each stage as it is. For us as a club, this shield is incredibly important. Obviously, the first thing is, with the format and the structure we have, getting the playoffs. And, ultimately, there's a little bit different structure here than there is overseas. But I think we do a pretty good job of balancing it all. This was incredibly important to us. We want to compete for everything. I mean, it was a little bit of a joke, but even the Women's Cup, it's like we had to go Louisville and there's some semblance of a trophy on the line. We want to win it.
Take it all home.
Yeah, we want to take it all home. So this is just another step. We understand that there's bigger things that we're still going for. Obviously, we'll have a bye, which is going to be huge, especially for those coming off international break. The players here will get a little bit of a rest and be able to, kind of have a little bit of chill time and time to sort of refocus before a huge semifinal game, obviously, and then hopefully the championship game. But it has been elusive. We did not forget ever the 2 championships that we lost after dominant years. So we want to continue this run of form that we're in. We feel like we have a really good momentum going in, obviously coming off that, super tough road trip, but just like such a character builder and just a huge momentum swing for us. So keep building on that. Have a good overseas trip for everyone or international trip for everyone, and then get back and take care of some business that we haven't before. That's the goal.
Thanks, Jeff. And then next we have Jada.
Thanks.
Sorry, we're working on the audio in the press box. We'll go to our junior reporter, Alia.
Hey, girl.
You can say hi.
Hi.
All right, what's your question?
What was your biggest challenge this season?
There's a lot.
I wouldn't say
There's just one.
Ourselves dropping points all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a really tough league. Every team is so good. You really have to stay focused every single game. If you let your foot off the pedal, teams are going to punish you. So I think just staying focused for the whole year with some people out with injuries or different rotations that we have to do, just resting people, just making sure everybody on the squad is locked in and focused for all 90 minutes of every game.
Yeah, I think a big challenge too is traveling, right? We're up in the Pacific Northwest, so we travel probably the most out of all teams, and we had a pretty heavy travel schedule this year. So yeah, it's always hard to do, so I think that's probably one big challenge, and just adapting to the game. Like we talked about earlier, we love to play soccer, but there's games where, we have to might grind some things out, might not look pretty, but we got to get those points. And I think we did really well with that this year.
Okay, one more. Yeah.
The playoffs are coming up. Do you have a message for Seattle?
Do we have a what for Seattle?
A message.
We'll
Oh.
see you at the playoffs.
Yeah.
We want everyone out there.
We want everyone back, and they get everyone to come back and bring a friend. That would be lovely.
Yeah, we hear you and we feel you, and we really love the support.
Yeah. So get out here.
Thanks, girls.
Good
Thank
job.
Thank you,
Great
Alia.
job, Ali.
And then I think we're still having a little bit of audio issues in the press box. Meg, do you have another question?
Write it in there.
Nope, sorry, I just forgot to lower my hand. My bad.
All right, we can try it with Jada. Jada?
Yeah, just type the question.
Yeah, you can type it into the chat. That's
Hey,
easier.
Ryan, I'm not in the press box. Can I go ahead?
Oh, yeah, perfect. Susie. you
Hi,
can-
this is Susie. You talked about this already a little bit, but this team has started 21 different formations in 22 matches, starting 11s in 22 matches. And you've used the word mentality and depth a lot, but I'm just wondering what you think that says about this team this year.
I think we knew very early on that this group was a little different. We know that we have a lot of players, and we have a lot of international players, and we have some youth, and we have some older players, and we know that means that throughout this whole season, we're going to need everybody, because international is hard, and obviously traveling is difficult, the games are difficult, injuries. And so, credit to Laura and the coaching staff for putting a team together that you can play any single person in this field. They know exactly what they're doing. They know their role. They know their job. They have a great mentality. And I think too, we actually know that, like we believe that, and we buy into what we're doing, and it doesn't matter who's doing it. We just trust each other to its core. And I think that shows, like you just said, all those stats that you just said shows exactly that. We have different players for different things in different moments, and you're going to need that to do what you want to do in this league, because it's real tough. And so, this is a whole squad thing. People say that all the time, it's very cliche, but this year was a year of this entire single squad, and everyone played their part.
All right, thanks, Susie. And then it looks like we should be good. So Jada, you can go.
Great, thanks. Congratulations to all of y'all. I wanted to ask about the actual goal scoring. Jess and Megan had some good play together to get the ball to Bethany, and then your goal too, Megan. So can you kind of just talk about the way that unfolded in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, just feel like everyone's playing really well individually, but together as well. I feel like all of our games really complement each other. Again, like credit to the staff for putting together a squad that flows really well together and for getting us prepared. We knew the areas of the field we wanted to get after them, and just felt like, you can imagine the energy that was in the locker room before the start of the game, just knowing what was on the line, knowing everything that we did, knowing that it was in our hands. So just being able to put combinations together, we've been doing that all year. And I think, being able to finish early just took a little pressure off of everyone. Obviously, we always create a bunch of chances for the most part. We don't always as clinical as we want to be in front of the box, but I feel like we've been better as of late, and just being able to put those ones in early, I think took the pressure off. And yeah, just some some really good combination play. I mean, obviously I've been playing with these schools for 100 years. It's like, we know our games
Yeah.
inside and out. Boats has been here for a long time now. Jordan slotting right in. So, you know, it's easy to play with players who kind of want to play the same way. And obviously, again, Laura and the staff do a great job of preparing us, and everybody's sort of on the same page, kind of thinking with one mind. So it was great to be able to get some early goals today.
Thank you, Jada. And then next we have Jeff.
Speaking to the setting tonight, a year ago when you hosted Portland, there was a lot of talk about how you really felt you deserved to be here and in this setting. And tonight, a year later, you're dancing on the field celebrating the Shield. Can you speak to how that setting went and how it felt to be in front of a big crowd here now a year later from that?
Well, we were right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah,
Say that.
the best players in the world deserve the best platforms, and I think it took us a long time to get there, but you know, we show that in every single game we play here, and I think the fans see that and the world sees that. So yeah, it's just so special to finally be where we should have been 10 years ago, and to be successful in it as well.
Thank you.
And it looks like that's it for questions. Thanks, Jess, Megan, and
Thank
Lou.
you.
And thanks everyone else. We will have Coach here on Hey everyone, we have Laura here and we will begin with questions and we will start with Jacob.
Thank you, Ryan. Good evening, Laura. Congratulations on the win and so many things to remember about tonight. Just your overall thoughts, please.
Overall thoughts, just very, very happy right now. I think before any of the games started today, I think, we thought that getting the Shield was going to be difficult with how Portland's played this year. And, credit to Gotham, they came out and really went for it. And honestly, when that result came in the way that it did, I thought that tonight would be a performance that we would be really proud of. And you saw that in the first half. You just saw how much that meant to the players to be able to go out and put on a show and win the league at this stadium. I think is a phenomenal achievement for this group.
And talking about the first half, which the team scores 3 goals, and it was led by Jordan's performance, with the goal and an assist.
Mhm.
It would be understandable to think, being that she came in during the summer transfer window, there, takes some time with, easing her into everything. But, she's been playing and as if she's been with the team all year long. I was just wondering if you just comment on just how smooth it's been for her just to ease into the system and, pick up on players' tendencies on the field.
Yeah, she's fitted in seamlessly, and I think that's why we worked really hard to try and bring her in, because I think we thought that she would. This is a difficult league to play in, but I think her attributes and her qualities suit this league. And she's hungry and she's young and she has a point to prove that she can, play at this level. And I think she's doing that, which is great. But I think we've had a very interesting season, I would say. I think we lost a lot of players in the off season for different reasons. We have a young group, really young group actually here, that we've had to mold together. And everyone's played their part. Every single player that's been part of this group this year, Kim, Tobin, obviously Jordan coming in, or everyone, Angelina, everyone has been a huge part of what we've been able to do. And I think, we know that the job's not finished. I think we can celebrate tonight and we should, but I think we feel like the job's not done and there's something else we want to go and get.
Thank you. And again, congrats, Laura.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jacob. And then next we have Meg.
Hey, Laura, congrats. Not the first time for you winning a Shield. I'm wondering if this one feels different and if maybe that there are some lessons from the other two that, the league has changed a lot since when those are won, but if there are maybe some memories that you can use over the next month.
Yeah, I think I actually said this to the group that we've been the team that's won the league easily, sat at the top. It's not been a debate if we were going to win it or not. And then we could never get over that hump of getting the actual championship. And if you look back, the team that's always won it in those seasons, and even last year when we were there, they're the informed team. And I don't think that's a guarantee that you're going to go into the playoffs and do well, but I think it can help you. I think historically it's helped people. And we're hitting form at the right time. I think I've said this publicly a lot, that we've had moments this year where we've really had to take stock and look at where we're at, because we believe we could be performing at a better level. And honestly, it was more just mainly about scoring goals. And I think tonight was a really good example of, we could have done this in multiple games this year and didn't. And maybe the way of getting the Shield may have become easier, but it's hard to remember those Shields without, thinking of them fondly, because we were so dominant in those years. So this one is different because we weren't that. You know, I think someone told me in the locker room that we spent a total of 48 hours at the top of the table all season. And that's, you know, to win it on the last day is just wild. But I will say this league's the best. This is why people want to be part of it, because what league in the world could the championship, the winner of the league be debated on the last day of the season? The Champions League spots equivalent, which the playoffs are for us, be not decided until the last weekend of the season, and so many teams be able to compete to get it. I think it's what makes this league wild and crazy and really fun to be part of. So to be at the top of it at the end of these 22 games is very, very rewarding, I would say, for this group.
Perfect. Congrats again, Laura.
Thanks, Meg.
Thanks, Meg. And then next we have Jeff.
Hey, Laura, congrats on the Shield. You talked about the form. We've been talking about form for, these past couple months at this point, I guess. Now you've got this long break, the international break plus the bye week.
Yeah.
How are you kind of looking ahead to that, managing that? You probably had an idea it was coming. How do you kind of continue this and not have a blip in this, or, a pause in this form?
Well, I think we have a lot of international players, right? We've got a lot of players who are going to go away and play for their country. So I think this feels like getting the bye is a really big advantage for us this year, whereas getting the bye last year maybe wasn't, for multiple reasons. But I think this year getting it's going to enable us to get back together, give those players a little bit of a breather. The international players this year, the ones who play for their countries, all of them, I can't speak highly enough of what they've actually been through. The amount of travel that they've done, the amount of minutes that they've played is mind-blowing. And I think, we're so proud of them and we're so excited for them that they get these opportunities. And honestly, the biggest thing I think that's going to be huge is that we actually can give them a little bit of a breather when they get back, which we've never been able to do to this point. And we'll have a little bit of time off over the next couple of days while everyone leaves to go on their internationals, because we have a small group left back here. And then we'll regroup and we'll probably try and get a friendly at some point to try and keep sharp. But yeah, we can really focus in on the details and train. We've hardly trained, honestly, over the last month, 6 weeks, really. We've been on the road so much, and had so many games. So I think it will be a really good time to really drill down on the details. And even tonight, I think there was little things that we still need to get better at. But I'm always going to say that. So I think that's sort of how we're focusing on the next couple of weeks.
Just to quickly follow up, what did you think last year about that bye was disadvantage?
Well, one, the weather in Seattle was not lend itself to us, which made it really difficult. I remember the week leading into the game, we couldn't train on our normal field. We were sweeping water off the field in the morning of the game to try and get it to be able to be played. It was tough last year. And so to get us in a rhythm going into the game, I think will be huge. So it wasn't like the fact that we had a bye as much as we were impacted dramatically here with the weather last year. And obviously being at Lumen now, having the access that we have to different things this year, I think will help that.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Laura.
And then next we have Susie.
Thanks, Ryan. Laura, you have started, maybe not by choice, 21 different lineups this regular season. Right. You've got quite a good performance, I thought, from Phoebe McClernand today. And I'm wondering if you can just speak maybe about her performance today, but also just what it means to have everyone contribute in that way.
Yeah, Phoebe's actually done really, really well over these last 4 games, I would say. Coming in for Lou, coming in for Jimena. And I think she's finding her rhythm and she's been really consistent. And she deserved an opportunity to start tonight. Sophia has played a ton. So to be able to just give her a bit of a breather with obviously what she's got coming up was great. And I thought Phoebe stepped up and was excellent. I thought she did really well in the first half defensively. I think there was a few times she gave the ball away in the first half, but I thought second half she was excellent.
And just a quick follow-up from me. You've obviously had a chance to coach Jess Fishlock for quite a while, and she has a chance to qualify for the World Cup in this international break. And I'm just wondering, what would that mean to you to see her get that chance?
Yeah, it'd be great. I think Jess is someone that doesn't get the credit she deserves sometimes. She obviously got MVP last year, which I think was fully deserved. But I just think on the global stage, if you look at Jess's career domestically at club level, what she's achieved is absolutely phenomenal. The amount of countries she's played in, and not just played in, but won in. And then on top of that, for the last 10 years, to have been able to compete in the hardest league in the world and to be able to perform at the level she does week in, week out is unbelievable. So to be able to show that on the world stage in a World Cup in the biggest moment, I would be absolutely over the moon for her.
Thanks, Susie. And then next we have Jada.
Thanks. Congratulations, Laura, on this. I wanted to know what was the chant or the cheer that you were doing with the supporters over there. And yeah, if you could share a little bit about that celebration.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a chant that we sang when we won the Shield in 2014 and 15. And it's probably the English person in me. We chant a lot about soccer. So probably can't repeat it right now.
Oh, really? Is it like because of curse words or?
Well, it basically says we win the league at Lumen Field. Yeah, and they would just repeat after me. We won the league at Lumen Field, and then these are the words that I probably shouldn't say. But.
Okay, and then just kind of carrying on with that though, how much you talked a little bit about the wanting to win the championship. So how much will you guys as a team kind of revel in this? Obviously the Mariners yesterday winning or qualifying, it was wild in their locker room. So is the scene similar to that with you guys, or because you have bigger goals that you want to accomplish, is it a little bit calmer?
I'll say that we enjoy winning. We've enjoyed winning all year, and I think that's actually a big part of why we've been able to get on the run we have and show quality that we've had. Is winning games in this league is really difficult, and when you do it, you should celebrate it. And we celebrated every single one of them this year, all 11 of them. 11? Did we win 11? I think we won 11. All 11 games, we celebrated them like that we'd win the league. So tonight's just lasted a little bit longer, but yeah, we have got bigger goals, and they should definitely celebrate tonight for sure. But I know they've obviously got a lot of things that they've got to plan for. But yeah, the locker room was a fun place to be for a little bit.
Thanks, Jada. And then Steph, please close us out.
Thanks very much. Hey, Laura. Actually,
Yo, Steph, what's happening?
What's cracking, Laura?
Chilling.
Yeah. So in other leagues, it's very typical that on the very last day of the regular season, all the games kick off at the same time, same day, and just to make sure that teams aren't looking at results and being like, oh, let me do whatever. This is something Casey Stoney was actually talking about last night, and it isn't something NWSL has been able to do until now. But I was just wondering, maybe now that the league is in a position to start thinking about that, what do you think about moving to that format?
Oh, 100%. 100% we should. I think obviously it was nice for us to know what had happened in New Jersey. It was nice for us to know what had happened in Louisville too. I think, but if you've grown up watching the game, and especially, European football, this is what happens. You get to the last day and so many things can be on the line and you all kick off at the same time. So it just adds parity across what you're trying to do. And I think that would be great. I know there's a lot of challenges in that, but, multi-screen, what would it be? 6 screened. Oh, it'd be unbelievable. Paramount Plus, step up.
And real quick, just wanted to ask one last time in this regular season, what was the step count today?
Oh, let's look. It's probably a lot. No, actually, it probably wasn't, because I sat on my ice chest a little bit more today. Okay, hold on. I have a new watch. Oh, yeah, I'm all in. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, 13,000.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna
sure.
say out of them, 5 of that 1,000 was done while Portland's game was being played. I couldn't sit still. So yeah, I mean, whatever. I'm a lunatic. I know it. It's okay. It's fine.
Thanks, Laura, and congratulations.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, everyone.